Hello and welcome to IAC Acoustics, a division of SoundSeal. My name is Darren Riley. I am your HVAC product sales manager for IAC, and welcome to IAC's new virtual HVAC tool. With IAC's new HVAC web-based, cloud-based tool, you can select silencers, enter data as needed, compare and review performances, create your submittals, and even place your orders all through and within IAC's virtual HVAC tool. To start, located towards the bottom, simply click Sign Up, fill in the required information, and again, simply click the blue Sign Up there, key at the bottom. Once approved for use and you sign in for the very first time, you're going to receive this pop-up. Please fill in your profile information. This information will then automatically populate on the order page every time when placing your HVAC orders. Simply put, basically less typing for every order you're placing through IAC. Now, let's create our project. Here is your home page. And you can either start here for create your first project, or up here where the yellow button is pulsating telling you to create a project. So we'll go ahead and click here. You need to enter in your project's name, your company, your address, the status for approval, for records, or for installation. We'll go ahead and click for approval. The project type. We have a list of many different types of projects. If for some reason you do not see anything on this list that relates to your project, simply put it in the other column. We'll go ahead and click Education and your quote number. The estimator's name, the project manager, if different, and the salesperson, again, if different. Your email, your phone number, and any notes that could be project specific needs and they can be placed here. Once you have completed all this and you're satisfied with the information you have listed, simply click Create Project. Here in the yellow block, we have the information exactly what we just entered in. For example, if you need to actually change and edit any of this information, simply click Edit Project. We can change the product type from education to any of these, so let's change it to commercial. Once you are satisfied with your changes, simply click Save Changes. Over here to the left, you see a blue pulsating button. This is telling you that you are ready to add your silencers, so let's go ahead and add in some silencers. There are a few different ways that you can enter in your silencers. The first way is what we like to call our quick select, the quick select model. This is when you know exactly what you need and or if IAC is the basis of design on the sound attenuator schedule. And we see here for this example, tag ST-2A, these are listing out the 3 LFL IAC type silencers. So 36 by 30 by 3 feet in length, 10,000 CFM, 0.06 for pressure drop, and we also have our 8 octave band dynamic insertion loss numbers as well. So let's go ahead and we'll enter this in. Let's call this tag SA-1, and we'll do a quick select of our LFL. As you notice, this grays out because all of this becomes standard. We know it's a 36 by 30 by 36, and again, you can tab yourself all the way through this program or mouse over and select as well. This has 10,000 CFM at 0.06 pressure drop. Up in the top right corner, you see the green button here that is prompting you to already search for the silencer, so we can go ahead and do that. And you see down below, we have the Model 3 LFL, 36 by 30 by 36. The pressure drop is just a little bit higher, but let's go through here since we do know the 8 octave bands insertion loss requirements. Let's go ahead and add those in as well. We had a 4, 8, 14, a 20, a 20, 14, 11, and 10. And as you notice, all these numbers down here turn green. I'd like to bring your attention to that. We have a color code legend. And here, if it is green, it either meets or exceeds the required dynamic insertion loss requirements. If it is blue, it means it's within 2 dB. It's still acceptable range. If it turns red, it means it does not meet the required dynamic insertion loss requirements. We do see that, for example, over here in pressure drop, it is red. So let's look at this color code. For the pressure drop color code legend, if it's green, it meets the required pressure drop. If it is blue, it is within 0.05. Again, still acceptable range. If it is red, it means it does not meet the required pressure drop. For this example, we're going to go ahead and still select this silencer based upon performance requirements for the insertion loss. And to do that, you want to hover over top of the actual silencer that you want to select. Left click locks it in place, and then you can add your silencer. The second way, what I'd like to actually tell you, is our normal selection. We'll go ahead and X this out on the quick select model bar there in the orange bar. This way it allows you to actually enter in the silencer that you need, and that it gives you a selection to choose from. So for the example for this one here, we're going to use this sound attenuator schedule, SA-2. It is a 12 by 8 by 36 silencer, 250 CFM at 0.03 pressure drop. And yet again, we have our insertion loss requirements. Let's call this one SA-2. Still quantity of 1. Now you can enter in exactly whether this is a standard, ultra green, hospital, our pack list, the ultra low, or you can select all if you want to kind of have a selection for every single silencer that is out there from IAC. Let's go ahead and select standard. The geometry, whether it be a rectangular, circular, or elbow, it's a rectangular. And the casing, whether it be standard, extended, or any other type. We'll go ahead and pick standard. Now we know this is 12 by 8 by 36. We have 250 CFM, and we have 0.03 pressure drop. As you notice, it kept the actual insertion loss requirements from the other silencer. So you have to remember to go through and zero all of these out here so it doesn't pull from that. And it is telling you to search, so let's go ahead and search. And you see we have an array of silencers to choose from. Let's kind of take this one step further, a little bit deeper. Let's go ahead and add in our insertion loss requirements from the table that we had. And let's see what happens. As you noticed, some of these turned green, some of them did turn blue. We didn't have anything turn red. For this one here, it looks like the 3MS is our best viable option. So let's go ahead and lock that in and add this silencer. If you want to kind of take a look at what you've been adding, you can go right to this yellow dot here. It says View Product Information and click View Items. So far, we've entered in tag SA-1 and SA-2. You can go on and still continue adding in silencers by clicking on the blue dot down below where it says Add More Silencers. For this one, let's go ahead and label this one SA-3. And what I'd like to actually do is let's do a quick select of an LFS type silencer. We'll leave it quantity 1. But on this one, I'd like to make it a large silencer, meaning something greater than 48 inches either in your width and or your height. So for this one, let's go ahead and use a 60 width and a 40 height. And you notice you get a pop-up. Here, the program automatically selects the most economical individual silencer modulars for the width, thus being 2 individual silencer modulars with the dimensions of 30 by 40. Once you nest these two next to each other, side by side, it will bring out the entire dimension of 60 inches. Once you're satisfied with this, click OK, and you notice your quantity changed from 1 to 2. We can then go through here and change. Oops, sorry. You need to go in here and put in your length. Let's make this 5,000 CFM at 0.12 pressure drop, and it's prompting you now to search for your silencer. Down here, the 7 LFS, a 30 by 40 by 84, but remember, its quantity 2 to make up a total width of 60 inches. Hover over top of it, lock it in place, add your silencer. Let's take a look again at view of our product and view of our tags so far. We have again SA1, SA2, SA3. Now let's go in here and let's add one more silencer here. And what I would like to point out is our competitor reference section. Here you can simply click on a competitor to do a cross compare to provide an equal. Let's take a look here. We have our Vibroacoustics as our competitor. We have an array of models that they have here as well. So let's go ahead and select the RD-LV. And we notice it already populated a rectangular silencer. The type is standard. It's rectangular. It's a standard casing. We can label this one SA-4, a quantity of 1. And let's put this in at a 36 by 36 by 60 inch silencer. And we're noticing that it's already prompting us to search for the silencer. Let's see what pops up. We have our 5 LFS. So far, based on just the geometry of the silencer and the competitor and the model, we actually have a pretty good viable option that is an equal. Let's take a look at price now. Again, we're looking at Price Industries, and we have an array of models here as well. Let's take a look at the model RH. We'll keep with the same tag, the same geometry dimensions, and it's clicking us to search. Let's see what happens. Here we have 2 different models that come up. So what we can do is we can maybe refine this a little bit further. Let's take a look at 5,000 CFM at, say, 0.15 pressure drop. And then let's go through here and enter in some insertion loss requirements as well. Let's see what happens. So we've noticed it's telling us to search again. Here we go. We still have the same 2 models, the 5ML and the 5L, and through here you can see that everything is green. So that is telling us we meet or exceed this specific silencer from Price of an RH model of your flow requirements and your dynamic insertion loss. So from here we can actually select a model. We'll select the 5L, add our silencer, and from here we can now successfully view all 4 tags that we've entered in. You've noticed over here on tag SA-3 it has the L. That is it signifies that this is an actual large silencer, meaning one of your dimensions or both of your dimensions in your width and or your height is greater than 48 inches. Now, again, you can see everything that you've entered in, but what I'd like to show you is what I like to call it our sneak peek. It gives you an idea of what you have entered in for each individual tag. So you can kind of, again, review what you've already entered in. If, for some reason, you need to make a change, let's say for tag SA-1, you forgot, you need to go back in and have that to have an acoustic film lining. Go back in here, change it from none to polyethylene. If you need to change your construction material, you can do so as well at this time. You can even make a change to your casing material and or your perforated material. Once you are satisfied with your changes, simply click Update. It'll update. You can come back into your sneak peek to make sure it did keep it, and right here is your polyethylene. Close that out. Once all is completed and you're satisfied with everything that you've entered in, you can now successfully create your submittal. Simply click Print. It might take a few seconds in order for it to populate, but in your lower left corner, you will see your download waiting to open. Click here, and you'll now have your project submittal. It has all of the information you originally entered in. It is out for approval. It has all 4 tags that we've entered in. It has the product information here as well. And it has the description of each type of product of silencers. Let's go through here for a minute and take a look at the actual submittal. We have tag SA-1 is our LFL that we entered in to begin with. The airflow, velocity, pressure drop, insertion loss requirements, your casing construction, your size requirements. Moving on down to the tag SA-2, the MS that we ended up matching up to and equal to. It's a 12 by 8 by 36. Again, your performance requirements are listed out. Here is the large silencer that we entered in for tag SA-3. And remember, this was originally a 60 by 40. So again, your A is 60, your B is 40, your C is 84 inches in length. And remember, this is being made out of 2 individual silencer modulars of 30 by 40. So these will be nested side by side to, again, create 60 inches for your total width. And last but not least, we have tag SA-4 that we ended up matching to for the price, model RH. From here, you can save the PDF submittal to your specific project job folder and email this to the engineer or consultant that you may be working with or to your end customer for final approval. I do want to thank you for your time, and I know you're going to enjoy IAC's new HVAC virtual tool. Its ease of use, its quick navigational access, full submittals, and much, much more for all of your HVAC needs. Any questions at any time, please feel free to email me and or call me to discuss, and I will be glad to help you out. Again, this is Darren Riley with IAC Acoustics, a division of SoundSeal, your HVAC product sales manager. Have a great day, and again, enjoy using our new tools.